So I'm really digging the sound of this M80 pickup. It's real natural.
Yeah.
Compared to the M1, what's different about it? Because they look the same, but definitely
Yeah.
notice a difference in tone.
They have a little bit of a different aesthetic with the little dark part around the pole pieces, but the big differences are what they've done with the construction of it in order to get kind of a more acoustic sound out of it.
Mm-hmm.
With the M1, you got some of those, when you tap on the body, you could hear some of the upper frequencies come through, and what they've done with this one is take it to kind of the whole next few levels, and you hear the entire frequency range when you tap on the guitar in 3 different axes. So it just sounds mostly, a lot more like the guitar it's in and less magnetic.
Right. Yeah, that's typically the issue with the sound hole magnetic pickup is they usually sound more like a magnetic pickup and less like an acoustic guitar. So
Right, and the M1 did a pretty good job with that, but this goes, a whole step further at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it might be too responsive for some players, but it's definitely a really cool thing to hear in a sound hole pickup that doesn't have an actual microphone on it.
Right.
So feedback's not as much of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 2 things they've done are they've added a little battery indicator LED meter, which is probably hard to see in the camera there. But you just press a button and watch the LEDs, and it'll tell you if your battery's getting low. And they have also added an active-passive switch, so you have the option of not having the preamp circuit engaged.
That's really great. 'Cause if you're at a gig and you have a battery failure, you can bypass the preamp. Whereas before, with most pickups, if your battery goes, and you don't have a backup, there's nothing you can do about that.
Right, or if you're the kind of person that just likes playing through the same preamp you've been using, the external preamp, and you're just used to a passive pickup, you can do that without having to sacrifice what you're used to.
Cool.
And just to demo how responsive the pickup is, I'm going to plug it into my amp here and just tap the top of the guitar. So this will be first, with the amp's basically off, the volume's on 0. I'll get a nice kind of sound level. And I'll turn my amp up a little bit. So you can really hear there's a lot of acoustic sound coming through the amp.
Which that's really useful because a lot of people have playing styles that emphasize tapping the body and tapping the strings.
Exactly.
So you can
Exactly.
get that coming through the amp or the PA.
So yeah, we're really digging it so far, and I think we'll do well with it.
Thanks, Brian.
All right.